Prescott from the gun. That ball is caught. It's Gallup. Touchdown, Cowboys. Michael Gallup there to make the grab. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Brett Maher on for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-0 Cowboys. Following the touchdown, here's Maher to kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Let's go! Let's go!
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
That good for 22 and a first down. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
Check, crunch.
Here's Mahomes to throw. That's under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. After 7-0 on EA Sports. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Now Mahomes on the bootleg. Eluding the pressure right. Complete. The tight end, Kelsey. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. And the Cowboys here on 3rd down bringing in an extra defensive back. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Robert Quinn picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game.
He's crashing. He's checking crash.
They do go for it. It's Mahomes. Completes it to Hardman. And he's not able to get away. He is stopped well short of a first down. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And that will force a turnover on downs. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. Here's Prescott. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Well, it was 2nd long, now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
They'll need a big play here, will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Prescott. And that will be incomplete. Morris Claiborne, the former #1 pick of the Cowboys there defensively.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Dak and the offense still out there. They are going to go for it. They're indeed going for it. It's Prescott into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 43.
Check 31, check 31. Check nickel. Check your hot read. Hey, check 24.
They'll start on the ground with McCoy. It'll go as a gain of 10 and a Kansas City first down. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they had 3 tight ends in on that set.
And these guys are punching really well. I use boxing analogies a lot. A lot of coaches have told me that when you line up to run the football, it's 10 fistfights along the line of scrimmage, right? You've got to win your share. These 3 tight ends, they almost always win their fistfights.
Bang, 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 bang.
And they'll keep it on the ground with McCoy. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
From the 44, Mahomes sliding out of the pocket. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. They go play action here on first down. And he fires one incomplete. His favorite target, Travis Kelce, the intended receiver. But it's going to be 2nd down. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
Check.
On 2nd down, it's McCoy. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Mahomes going to throw. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And he's got some space here. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. This will be their first trip to the red zone. They've got it 1st and goal to go.
Switch. Check 52. 36. Slam. Switch. Hey, Ripple is. Watch twitch. Pilot 64. Weak. Slam. 6 guy. Check 6 guy. He's checking. Crash.
They'll try and run. This is Williams. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Only a yard that time. 2nd and goal. Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line.
Check. Watch the safety creep. Out.
Williams will try again. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Of course, they have the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
I'm coming after you. Kill. 47. Kill.
Now it's a bootleg with Prescott. And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Not wanting to risk another sack, they'll play it safe with a run. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. That one good for 33 and a first. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. Final play of the half. Prescott letting one fly deep for Cooper. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Morris Claiborne. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Their defense has pitched the shutout. Now they probably need to deliver a little breathing room, maybe make it a 2-score game as they've got it 1st and 10. Or the run on 1st down, a disaster as he's tackled well behind the line of scrimmage. That'll go as a loss of 5, and it'll be a 2nd and long. Prescott to throw it. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Chris Jones able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
We are seeing 2 really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
Is there any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels?
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Nearly a huge return, as it is still a very good one. 24 yards. And the Chiefs will have excellent field position here as they take over.
Hey, let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength. Shift! Watch the shift!
They'll try and get the running game going with McCoy. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
Yellow! White 54. I got it. Check. Lucky. Attack. Alert 3. Sponge. No. Shit.
Gets it to Hill. It's a jet sweep. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Looking to throw is Mahomes. This for his running back, McCoy.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
The offense going to stay out there. They've converted once, failed once. What can they do here on 4th down?
54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Don't get nervous. Slam. Switch it. Come on.
Mahomes going to go on 4th down. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Michael Bennett, the former Texas A&M Aggie, dropping the hammer. So that's the 2nd time this game they've given it up on 4th down. They're now 1 for 3 on 4th down conversion tries.
But they must feel good about what they're doing, right? They continue to go for it on 4th down. Give the defense a lot of credit, though. If they've stopped them 2 out of 3 times, usually you have 4th down plays that you have dialed up and ready to go, and you think are going to be successful. Not so far in this game.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Quarterback, don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning.
Throwing, Prescott. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. Would have been right at about a 52-yard field goal try, but no, they are going to go for this thing on 4th down. Running with Elliott. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. Ezekiel Elliott not able to get it past the marker. And the Chiefs defense comes up with a stop. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though. There's no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series. And because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say maybe makes that offense feel good, but when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
On play action, it's Mahomes. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Malik Collins, the defensive tackle, getting in there for a loss of 5. We're back now in KC. It's the Chiefs with a football, but with work to do on the scoreboard. They trail as we start quarter number 4. After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs. Mahomes now to throw. Looking downfield for Kelsey. And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. A great pickup there, 35 yards. And obviously the first down to go along with it. Now a first down carry here for McCoy. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. It'll go as a gain of 10 and a Kansas City first down. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much through the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Hey, I'm not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, they want to ride him down the stretch. He should have fresh legs.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
On second down, Williams. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. After seeing that, maybe time to go back to some downfield throws here.
Yeah, anything, change it up, because the teams that win, the best teams, they're the ones that make adjustments. Doesn't mean you can't come back to what you thought you could get done. Sometimes when you open things up a little bit, you can get back to what you wanted to do before.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Hey, switch gears. Jim. 43. Under 10.
Here we go with Williams. Oh, no, he lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And they're going to come up empty here on 4th down.
I know one thing. The team that had the ball and was driving, they're going to feel horrible. But the team that was on defense, they've got to give them a little bit of credit, able to hang in there and force a key turnover.
In the red zone, though, had a chance to tie it and an opportunity missed. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. And they'll get him down here at the 23. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Prescott now. And he'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. Past the 20. Touchdown, Cowboys! Amari Cooper, 77 yards. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And you're still in this game. I mean, yeah, you haven't scored. Offense obviously has struggled, but you're only 2 scores down, so all hope not lost.
Not at all, because we're talking about the NFL, and teams can score fast in this league. Quick strikes, you're right back in it. You're exactly right. Keeping hope alive.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Mecole Hardman, the intended target. And now it's 2nd down. And there we saw rolling right out of the pocket. Maybe his momentum taking him toward that sideline led him a little too far.
Yeah, that is difficult, isn't it? Plus, you're closing down your space, right? You're shortening the field for your receivers. And their inclination is to go
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The tank, DeMarcus Lawrence with a sack.
I remember throughout my career hearing defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. This pass going to be caught by Hardman, and he'll get nothing out of that one. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Right there, 54, right there.
Mahomes throwing on 4th. Flush to his right. He's going to let it fly. They got his man complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Mahomes. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete.
2nd and 10.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Yellow. Mike's 54. Watch the screen.
Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. He's going to let it fly. And this is going to be caught. So it affects the final score, not the outcome, but it is a late touchdown here on the game's final play. Doesn't affect the outcome, but, hey, nice job there to put it in the end zone for the final play.
Could it affect other things? Sometimes these types of scores are ones that we don't consider big at the time. Then later on we find out maybe that was a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Or, of course, in the fantasy.
Women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. From Kansas City, so long, everybody.
I do this for the family. I might just blow my wheel. I'm keeping it so for real. Who feeling that glowing? Paper stuff the edge like I don't know no bill. See the pain deep in my eyes, they know it's real. Yeah, been this way, right before the deal. Yeah, say this one for your photo reel. Blessing after testing, I'ma show them skills. You ain't gotta tell me, I know I'm ill. Stories treacherous, I effortlessly show them skills. Yeah, how about it? How about it? You want it, you have it, you got it. Go snatch it, skirt the lot. Go ahead, jump it, how about it? How about it? Rep for your bro, for your post, department, your projects. Pain driven, itching, drumming. Hey, look how far we coming. Heartbeat on the streets, you can do it. Ain't built for the weekend. Sweet, this sugar, one man army, but get deep. Watch what you doing. I ain't damaged goods, damn out the clay. You wish you could. I do this for the family. I might just blow my wheel. I'm keeping it so for real. Who feeling that glowing hill? I'm giving they souls the chills. My jewelry cold is chill. Stories treacherous, I effortlessly show them skills. Yeah. Paper stuff the edge like I don't know no bill. See the pain deep in my eyes, they know it's real. Yeah, been this way, right before the deal. Yeah, say this one for your photo reel. Blessing after testing, I'ma show them skills. You ain't gotta tell me, I know I'm ill. Stories treacherous, I effortlessly show them skills. Yeah, so suspenseful, I'm up in the field. Saw it in my eyes, it was the Tiger Hill. Gon' jump off the line and see the flight of field. Rewrite your history off this line right here. Your best bet be ahead, easy to get rich or dead trying. This ain't never new, I just be 10 steps instead. Snooze I won't, I can't lose, ready, rest or a bed. Do what you can to do, make your next move your best. I do this for the family, I might just blow my wheel. I'm keeping it so for real. Who feeling that glowing hill? I'm giving they souls the chills. My jewelry cold is chill. Stories treacherous, I effortlessly show them skills. Yeah. Paper stuff the edge like I don't know no bill. See the pain deep in my eyes, they know it's real. Yeah, been this way, right before the deal. Yeah, say this one for your photo reel. Blessing after testing, I'ma show them skills. You ain't gotta tell me, I know I'm ill. Stories treacherous, I effortlessly show them skills. Yeah. I do this for the family, I might just blow my wheel. I keep it so for real.
Hey, everybody, it's the coach. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up, we'll see the
Thank you, Coach. We are in the Pacific Northwest as we get set for football at CenturyLink Field here in Seattle. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the Baltimore Ravens and the Seattle Seahawks. The AFC's Pro Bowl kicker from a year ago, Jason Myers, will get us started. And off we go from Seattle. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. throw on first down with Jackson. Looking for Snead, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Brad McDougal. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And the defense could not have written a much better script than that first drive, pick six.
The offense never got a chance to really get oiled up there, did they? But the defense, they certainly got in gear. What a big-time play and a great way for them to start.
And now the offense, they've got to turn things around and figure this out because your backs are on the ground real quickly.
Yeah, usually when you're starting the game getting the ball, 0-0 is the only score you're worried about. Now the second time you get it, you're already down a touchdown.
So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. It's brought in here by Willie Snead. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Well, Snead figures to be an important veteran presence for Lamar Jackson. 2 years ago, it was a disappointing 2017 for Snead. That was in New Orleans. But then had a bit of a bounce-back campaign a season ago in his first go-around with Baltimore. 62 catches, 650 yards. Did have surgery in the offseason on his left index finger, but back to full health and ready to go. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Jackson flushed out right. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Jackson always a threat to run. He's got the first down. He was the NFL's leading rusher among QBs a year ago. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Right there. 54 miles.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Rolling to it, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Unable to stop KJ right there as he slips by for the sack. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Jackson. He's got it to Ingram, complete. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. On 3rd down, Jackson buying time to his left. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up, and they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Marching in for the sack, Matthew Judon. This is Chris Carson, 1,000-yard rusher a year ago. And once again, they stop him behind the line. Great job by this Ravens defense. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
They'll indeed go for it with Wilson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. Jackson dancing to his left. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up second down.
Well, he strung it out as far as he could, and I like the fact that he kept his eyes downfield, but he finally ran out of time and room. But I'll take that over forcing it downfield and possibly having it intercepted.
Watch safety three. Watch safety three. Safety three.
Throwing again on second down. Jackson. And that's going to be knocked away and incomplete. And with it, time has expired on the first quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. To throw is Jackson. They go screen. This is Ingram. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the first. Well contained there defensively. The screen gets only a yard, and it's 4th. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Jackson now. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Quentin Jefferson, and it'll be a turnover on downs. So, Charles, why in the world do you take that risk there?
It doesn't make a whole lot of sense on the surface, but I've been around enough of these coaches and enough of these meetings along the way. Sometimes they're so confident in a play call that they don't care about the situation. They think that play, at that time, they're going to run it and pick up whatever they need. So maybe that's what influenced him there. I'm guessing because I have no other explanation.
Yeah, that's tough. Own side of the field, that chunk of yardage to pick up. Head scratcher. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Wilson, 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down.
Alert. 48 Mike. 48 Mike.
From the shotgun, Wilson. He'll check that down to Carson. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
Mike 57. Watch the slant. Watch the slant.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. On 2nd down now, it's Carson. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. Now it's Carson, and he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, and it's going to leave him with a 4th and goal. Let's think here. You're still just in the 2nd quarter. You taking the 3 points?
I am taking the 3 points, and I'm just relying on my defense here. Show them you have a little confidence in them, and let the offense know, nice drive. Come back next time. We'll go get 6 then, but for now, we'll take the 3.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense. Here we go. Check 31. Check 31. Check nickel. Hey. Hey, guys, listen. 24. Watch 24.
They run for it with Carson. And he's not even going to get past the line of scrimmage. Brought down right at the 4. The run on 4th and goal from the 4 is stopped short. And the Ravens come up big down at their own goal line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Now the question, what do you do here? Time not really an issue. You got over a minute, but you figure from this spot you'd need a good 50, 60 yards to even consider a field goal try.
Yeah, so there's optimism there, but there's also a little bit of restraint, right? You got to make sure you don't take a sack here. Don't end up in the end zone. Ball gets stripped. You could give up 2 points in that occasion, or maybe even 6 if you can't get on and recover.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he will finally be taken down, but not before he reaches the 38. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there.
Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half.
Watch tight end. Hey, we got 3 yards.
After the interception, here's Wilson. He's going to throw one up for the end zone. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by the former Husky, Marcus Peters. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. And now due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Here we go.
Here's Russell Wilson and the Seahawk offense now getting set to go again. And he's had some time to chew on that interception he threw on his last drive back in the first half.
Well, normally we say, come on, get him right back out on the field and play again, right? But as you mentioned, had the halftime, had to stew about it a little bit. Maybe he'll have a chance to relax a little and kind of laugh and chuckle and let it go.
He'll hope to respond positively here to start the third quarter.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
On third down, Wilson. They'll run the screen with Carson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 10 yards and a Seattle first down.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be 2nd and 12. Here's Wilson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. A big play that time for the Seahawks. 55 yards.
I don't think we'll ever get enough of watching one-handed catches, and when they pay off, they are spectacular. But how about the times they don't pay off and coaches go, 2 hands, 2 hands still works.
I know, but they go for them so often now that I'm almost starting to take them for granted.
Yeah, that's unbelievable, isn't it? Because these are sensational type plays. Especially
that one with a defender right there. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Penny. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to 3rd and goal. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. A field goal would make it a 2-score game, but they're going to go aggressive. They're going to try this thing on 4th and goal.
Mike 57. Hey, they're scared. They're scared. 57's the Mike. Watch 57. Hey, we got to
They're going on 4th down. It's Wilson. Got Gordon open, completes it. A great open field tackle is going to stop him shy of the goal line. They get the completion but cannot push forward into the end zone, and that will force a turnover on downs. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. From their own 2, Charles, they opted to throw it instead of run it. We saw the outcome.
I think what a lot of teams count on is defenses to stack the line of scrimmage, trying to force a safety or force a turnover there. But if you've got a good defensive front, you just allow them to play the run and everyone else stays ready, and they were, and they picked that one off.
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. From 21 yards away. And the Seahawks capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards, as he'll get this only back to the 20. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. Last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play and give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Quentin Jefferson, his second sack of the night. After the sack here, 2nd and 11. Throwing is Jackson. It's caught by Roberts. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Ravens with possession of the football, but trailing on the big board as we get set for the 4th. The last completion actually lost a yard, so now they'll need to convert on 3rd down. From the gun, it's a run for Ingram. And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. Now it's Jackson. Well, look at the clock. You're down 2 scores. You have to go for this, don't you?
And they thought that as soon as they took over possession. It didn't matter where they were on the field. They were always going to be in 4-down territory. Backed up, in good situation, it didn't matter. So they've been preparing for that on their play sheet the entire time.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 7 yards there on the 1st down screen play. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wilson, and that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. The Seahawks on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. Here's Wilson to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 10 yards in a Seattle 1st down. Wilson now hitting on 2/3 of his passes, 10 for 15 so far, 1st and 10. Throwing is Wilson. This is caught, and he is in for the Seattle touchdown. In An 11-yard touchdown. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. So now a two-point conversion attempt coming for Wilson and the Seahawks. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 15. Here's Jackson. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. K.J. Wright able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening.
It's second down.
After the sack on first down, Jackson. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They face a third down now as they try to find a late score. From the gun, Jackson. Now a desperation throw. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. They go play action here on first down. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf with now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns. And the Seahawks capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Well, that didn't take long. The turnover instantly almost turning into points.
And when that happens, a lot of teams have the mentality of let's strike right now. You've got them off balance after the turnover or the takeaway. Let's go get it. And that's exactly what they did.
After the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Pretty nice work defensively there on the first down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple. Tackle coming from the safety, Trey Flowers. From the 29, Jackson nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jaron Reed in there to get him. That is the 6th time that they have sacked him tonight, escaping the pressure right. And they almost had another one. They are all over the football in this game. Nearly another pick. Now 4th down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 15. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line. How about one last great play defensively, and that should, for all intents and purposes, finish off this shutout.
That's as good a defensive performance as we've seen in a long, long time. And I know as a team they will celebrate, but I will guarantee you the defensive guys, they'll get together somewhere and have their own private celebration. A shutout, that's something to be cherished.
Sponge! No! Easy!
They'll start out on the ground with Carson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
Check 26. Hatchet. What?
This is Carson. As he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
6-man.
Quick throw out to Gordon on the perimeter. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Josh Gordon, 39 yards, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
I've got to laugh here, and I really don't want to because the old school in me is not happy about this score this late, not necessary. But this is Madden, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is how it works.
Rub it in. Have a day.
I mean, what does it matter? These guys who are playing in this game, there are no feelings
Exactly.
there.
They don't have to face the guy. Well, they might if they're in the same room going head-to-head. But
that's
the
about
virtual guys on the screen don't have to face each other after this one.
In that case, run it up.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now here come the Ravens. They are down big. They have not scored a single point. I don't know. Are they so defeated at this point you just want to get in the locker room and get the heck out of here?
That is one way to approach it. Sometimes Coach said, that's it, okay? It hasn't worked all game. There's no sense in doing something now. Let's get out of here. No one gets hurt. But others will look at it and say, we still have an opportunity to do something.
On the line.
Exactly. You have pride on the line, execution as you look forward and get ready for your next game, and a message to your team. We're not going to quit no matter what the battle is. We're going to finish this thing out.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Watch the slant.
They'll fake the give to Ingram. Now Jackson. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down. So the victory here for Seattle. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was that they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory.
Tell me what you want, what you need. Tell me what you wanna give. How much blood would you bleed? I'ma tell you I'm a misconceiver. I'm a believer.